Butter Thief. Little Krishna, his brother Balram, and all his friends had fun all day long in the village. Little Krishna was kind and naughty. Many people of the village used to go to his mother Yashoda Maya and complain to her that little Krishna is troubling us a lot. He is very naughty. Yashoda Maya and his father Nand would always punish him for being so naughty. But little Krishna was so naughty that no one could stop him. As soon as he saw girls carrying water in pots on their head, little Krishna would break the pots with his catapult. And seeing that, little Krishna and all his friends used to laugh and enjoy and have lot of fun. Little Krishna and his friends used to take their cows for grazing in the fields, where they used to have fun playing and running behind rabbits, butterflies and squirrels. Vrindavan was well known for its milk and butter, and women there used to make butter daily. Krishna and his friends enjoying eating butter. He, along with his friends, would often steal butter from their homes and eat it. Krishna's stories of stealing butter were very famous all over Vrindavan. One day, village woman was making fresh butter as usual. Krishna, Balram and their friends reached near this woman's house. They decided to steal the butter. They stayed at a distance from the house and watched the woman making butter. They decided to wait until the butter was ready. Once the butter was ready, the lady decided to hang the pot of butter on the top of the roof with a rope so that Krishna and his friends could not reach there. After hanging the pot, the lady left for some work. Seeing this, Krishna and his friends entered her house to steal butter. Krishna tried a lot, but the pot was out of his reach. Krishna asked his friends for help to steal the butter. So they started to form a ladder, and Krishna broke the butter pot and the butter was spilled all over. And Krishna with his friends enjoyed eating butter. While they were enjoying butter, the woman was back home and saw them eating the butter from the window. Seeing her, Krishna and his friends started running away, and she started chasing them, shouting, "You wait, Krishna! I will catch hold of you today! Again you stole my butter!" And continued chasing them but could not catch hold of them. And naughty Krishna and his friends enjoyed in the pond. One fine day, women at the village were taking bath in a river. Krishna and his friends reached there and planned to teach a lesson to these women. So they stole their clothes and sat on the tree. After the bath, women saw that their clothes were missing. They were embarrassed and scared that how would they come out of the river without clothes. One of the women saw that Krishna had stolen their clothes and asked him to return back the clothes. But Krishna refused to return and asked the women to promise that you will not make more complaints about me and my friends. Then only we will return you the clothes. The women apologized Krishna and promised not to make any more complaints in future. And
very learned in Vedic knowledge and was greatly detached from all sense of enjoyment. He provided for his family whatever he got in his way. But for some time, the family and Sudama were starving. They had not a lot to eat. Lord, isn't it true that the great Lord Krishna is your close friend? Why don't you go and ask for his help? Sudama thought about this idea with his wife whole night. Next morning, they finally decide to go. He asked her, "What will I take as a gift for my dear friend? He is the king of Dwarka and the Lord to this world. I cannot go empty-handed." His wife told him, "Let's do something. You quickly go and get dressed." His wife went to the neighbor and begged for some rice. She returned and told Sudama to offer this as a gift. Sudama left for Dwarka. After a few days, when he reached there, his feet were swollen with blisters, covered in blood. Looking at the castle and the beauty of Dwarka, he thought to himself, "How can I go in there? Lord Krishna would be so embarrassed of me." But as he knew very little, Lord Krishna saw him coming from a great distance and asked his guards to get Sudama to the castle. When he reached inside, Lord Krishna hugged him, embraced him with joy. He asked him, "Where have you been all this time, Sudama?" He made him sit on the bed, offered him flowers as gift. He himself washed Sudama's feet with some water and some beautiful flowers. He worshipped him. He offered him good food, some delicious fruits. After that, they sat together discussing about everything that has happened since they last met. Sudama told Krishna everything, just not why he came all the way to Dwarka. Krishna asked him, "What gift did you get for me from home, Sudama?" Sudama felt very embarrassed to offer Lord Krishna the rice. He bowed his head with shame but handed over it to Lord Krishna. Lord Krishna, Sudama could not ask for anything from Lord Krishna, so he just left. Lord Krishna thought about the reason why Sudama would come a long way to meet him and realized he must be in some serious crisis. When Sudama reached home, he was shocked to see that instead of a hut there was a big, beautiful bungalow. His kids were playing with toys in the garden. He could not see his wife, so he called out for her. When she came out, everything had changed. She was dressed beautifully, covered in a lot of jewelry, and excited to tell Sudama about all this, which changed overnight. It was then when Sudama realized that it's all Lord Krishna's doing, and he thanked him in his heart. Sudama and Krishna were not only friends, but this shows how Krishna wanted to help a Brahmin. Helping someone got him great joy. And this is how Lord Krishna was and still is today.
Name of the story is Vadh is Worship. This story is about sage Narada and Lord Vishnu. Sage Narada was a devotee to Lord Vishnu. He went around the world saying his name, Narayan, Narayan. Once Sage Narada met Lord Vishnu. He said, "You are very dear to me, Narada. I am very happy with your devotion." Sage Narada asked, "Does that mean I am your biggest devotee, my lord?" Vishnu smiled and said, "No." Narada was confused. He said, "Is there someone who is a greater devotee than me, my lord?" Lord Vishnu said, "Let's find out." Lord Vishnu took Narada to a house in the village where lived a man. He was sleeping. Once he got up, he said, "Narayan, Narayan," the name of Lord Vishnu in his prayer. And Lord Vishnu then asked Narada to watch the man for the whole day and then come back to him. Narada watched the man as he got up, took a bath and left for his farm. He plowed his field for a whole day in the bright shining sun. After some time, when he went under a tree to have his lunch, he joined his hand and said, "Narayan, Narayan," and started to eat. Once he was done, he went back to plow his field. And in the evening, he returned back home. He had his dinner, and after that, he went to sleep. Before which, again, he named the Lord, Narayan, Narayan. Sage Narada went back to Lord Vishnu. Narada was hurt. He said, "The man took only 3 times your name, my lord, and you consider him your greatest devotee, where I take your name in the whole day, all the time, go around the world saying it again and again." Lord Vishnu smiled and said, "I will answer your question now. But before that, can you make me drink some water? I feel thirsty." "There is a lake at the top of the cliff. Can you fill a pot of water? But remember, do not drop a single drop of water." Narada said, "Okay, Lord Vishnu." And he started walking upon the cliff. He found the lake and filled a pot of water. He put the pot on his head and started to walk, speaking, "Narayan, Narayan, Narayan, Narayan." But then he stopped and realized Lord Vishnu asked him not to drop a single drop of water while his way back to him. So he held the pot carefully and all his focus on the pot, walking slowly down the cliff. As he reached Lord Vishnu, he kept the pot in his feet and told him, "I did not drop a single drop of water, my lord. I have got the water carefully to you. Now you may drink water and then you can tell me, why am I not your greatest devotee? Lord Vishnu smiled and asked, how many times did you take my name, Narad? Narad thought and answered, my lord, I could take your name only 2 times, as my focus was on the pot, that I don't drop a single drop down. Lord Vishnu smiled and asked Narad, how many times did the farmer take my name? Narad thought and felt really bad about what he thought about the farmer, and replied, the farmer took your name 3 times, my lord. I understand now how he is your greater devotee. Narad realized his mistake and said, Narayan, Narayan. Lord Vishnu blessed Narad and told him, what is important is the feeling. I can feel the love of the farmer for me, and same way I can feel your love for me too, Narad. Narad said, and I can feel your love for all your devotees, Lord Vishnu. And hence Narad realized that devotion means love for God, and God loves all his devotees equally. So I hope you like this story, right? We all need to pray God. God loves all of us equally. Favored by God, that if he says his name more or he says the prayer more, that will be my favorite. No, my children, you need to pray God. Keep thanking him time to time for everything he provides you. And that will bring a good positivity to your heart. So, will you all pray to God without knowing or expecting who is his favorite? Yes? Okay then. See you in the next story.
Once upon a time, there was a king of gods named Indra. He controlled rain and thunderstorm and lived on a mountain in the sky. He was powerful. The people of Vrindavan depended on the rain for their crops and livelihood. So they thought Indra was very important. One year, there was abundant rain, and the villagers decided to hold a festival to thank Indra. But a young boy named Krishna said, the nearby mountain Giri Vrindavan was responsible for the rain, not Indra. So you should pray the mountain instead. Indra was furious with Krishna and the villagers. He sent heavy rains and thunderstorms to flood Vrindavan. But Krishna lifted the entire Govardhan Hill with his small finger and held it like an umbrella to shelter the villagers and their livestock. They stayed safe for the 7 days until the rain stopped. Indra realized his mistake and apologized to Krishna, who forgave him and reminded him of his responsibilities. The villagers learned that even mountains could have an impact on the weather and were grateful for Krishna's protection. From then on, the villagers of Vrindavan worshipped both Indra and Giri Govardhan, recognizing that both were important. And Indra learned to use his power with humanity and respect. Krishna and Kalia naag. Once upon a time, there lived a 5-headed snake named Kalia in the Yamuna river, who poisoned its water killing animals and other living beings. Kalia and his attendants took refuge in a deep pool in Yamuna to escape from Garud, who is the sworn enemy of snakes. Kalia poisoned everything in the surroundings of Yamuna river. Vapors and bubbles in the river killed every bird that flew over the region. Seeing this terrible situation, Shri Krishna dived into the toxic waters. He moved fast towards the deep pool, powered them, and then the real battle began between Krishna and five-headed Kalia. Krishna overpowered the powerful Kalia and emerged from the river, dancing atop the middle head of Kalia. The dancing left the mark of Krishna's feet on the head of Kalia. Kalia's wife begged for mercy to Shri Krishna. Shri Krishna spared the life of Kalia and commanded them to leave Yamuna and to seek refuge in the ocean. Kalia was assured that Garud would not attack him on seeing the marks of Shri Krishna's feet on his head.
Once upon a time, there lived a king named Kanha. He was a very greedy and a cruel man. People of his kingdom were very scared of him, but they never liked him. One day, he got his sister Devki married to his friend Vasudha. While returning back home, he heard a forecast. Kanha, the eighth son of Devki and Vasudha, will end your atrocities. He will be the end of you. After hearing this, he imprisoned the newly married couple in a very high fort where no one could reach easily. One after the other, as Devki gave birth to 7 children, Kanha ended their life. One night, when Devki gave birth to her 8th child, the oracle predicted another forecast. It said, take the baby through the Yamuna river to Gokul, where your friend Nan's wife, Yashoda, has given birth to. Exchange the kids and come back. After this, he took the baby in a basket quickly. He went towards the doors and they opened by themselves. He quickly went and saw the gods. The gods were in deep sleep. He quickly headed outside the fort. There was a storm. It rained heavily that night. When he reached the river, he was confused how to cross it. But he gathered all his strength and took his first step. As he was walking through it, the water level did not rise. He was amused. And as it was raining more and more, a 10-headed snake came out of the water and covered Vasudev and the baby completely. Then Vasudev realized it was no ordinary child. And as he reached Gokul, he quietly went inside and took Nan's baby and put his own child there. He returned back to the fort, where Devki was happy to see the little girl. But as soon as all of the city woke up, they informed Kanha, and Kanha headed towards the prison. When Kanha came in and tried to harm the baby, she flew in the air and transformed into goddess Durga. She said, "You evil king, Devki's eighth son has taken birth and your end is destined." The day of his birth is known as Janmashtami. All around the world, people celebrate it with a lot of joy. People believe in Lord Krishna and his beautiful doings. Festival of Raksha Bandhan. We all celebrate Raksha Bandhan as a festival for brother and sister. The protection a sister promises, the protection a brother provides. But it's not a festival which started yesterday. It's a festival which is being followed past years and years from the era of Mahabharata. Lord Krishna was destined to kill his nephew, his aunt's son, King Sishupal. Sishupal used to do a lot of misdeeds, but Krishna said, after his 100 misdeeds, I will punish him. One fine day, in the court of Indraprastha, he was abusing and fighting with Krishna. That was the limit crossed, and now it was time for Krishna to take action. He left his chakra, which went and cut Shishupala's head off his body. But in that process, Lord Krishna hurt his finger. Everyone in the court ran around, but Draupadi, standing there, did not waste a second and tied a piece of sari to his finger. Lord Krishna promised her the day when she will need help and protection, he will be there. In the time of Mahabharata, when Draupadi was getting insulted and humiliated in front of the whole court of Kauravas, when her sari was being pulled by the Kauravas, Lord Krishna's light fell upon her. He extended her sari to meters and meters. The Kauravas were tired of pulling it off, but the sari cloth did not end. That fine day, Lord Krishna helped Draupadi, helped her to protect her, and then that resulted in Raksha Bandhan. It falls upon in the month of August. It is a beautiful festival celebrated with the help of Rakhi, where we get the promises of being protected. And that's not it. This festival is celebrated throughout the country in a very different way in every different state. Some places celebrate it as jewels for Radha and Krishna. Not only that, there are many different places which celebrate it in different ways. So I hope this Raksha Bandhan you have a great celebration, and remember how important it is to promise protection to your loved ones.
Little Krishna, butter thief. Little Krishna, his brother Balram, and all his friends had fun all day long in the village. Little Krishna was kind and naughty. Many people of the village used to go to his mother Yashoda Maya and complain to her that little Krishna is troubling us a lot. He is very naughty. Yashoda Maya and his father Nand would always punish him for being so naughty. But Little Krishna was so naughty that no one could stop him. As soon as he saw girls carrying water in pots on their head, little Krishna would break the pots with his catapult. And seeing that, little Krishna and all his friends used to laugh and enjoy and have lots of fun. Little Krishna and his friends used to take their cows for grazing in the fields, where they used to have fun playing and running behind rabbits, butterflies and squirrels. Vrindavan was well known for its milk and butter, and women there used to make butter daily. Krishna and his friends enjoying eating butter. He, along with his friends, would often steal butter from their homes and eat it. Stealing butter were very famous all over Vrindavan. One day, village woman was making fresh butter as usual. Krishna, Balram and their friends reached near to steal the butter. They stayed at a distance from the house and watched the woman making butter. They decided to wait until the butter was ready. Once the butter was decided to hang the pot of butter on the top of the roof with a rope so that Krishna and his friends could not reach there. After hanging left for some work. Seeing this, Krishna house to steal butter. Krishna tried a lot, but the pot was out of his reach. Krishna asked his friends for help to steal the butter. So they started to form a ladder, and Krishna broke the butter was spilled. Krishna with his friends enjoyed eating butter. While they were enjoying butter, the woman was back home and saw them eating the butter from the window. Seeing her, Krishna and his friends started running away, and she started